Family and Medical Leave Act, also known as the FMLA, applies to employers with 50 or more employees. There are some common pitfalls that I've seen with employers trying to comply with FMLA. Today I'm going to outline some of the pitfalls that I've seen, as well as some proposed solutions and recommendations. The first pitfall that I see is that employees are not aware of the FMLA benefits. In fact, the Department of Labor recently conducted a survey in which they concluded that 60% of employees were not aware of the FMLA benefits. The solution to this is really in two forms. One is the employer should make sure that they have a current policy outlining the FMLA, the provisions of it, as well as the processes and procedures for requesting FMLA and seeking approval. The other way that employers can comply is by posting a poster that outlines the FMLA benefits. This poster should be in a break room or an area that employees frequent. It's important that you post this poster along with other EEO laws, and many of the poster providers will provide a multi-law poster that includes the FMLA. Timekeeping also presents a challenge for employers when complying with the FMLA. The payroll system should be able to track full-day absences, partial day absences, as well as intermittent leave. Most payroll providers are familiar with these procedures and can assist you in complying with the timekeeping requirements. Intermittent leave is often used for an employee who has had a serious illness, or a family member who's had a serious illness is released back to work but then needs to be periodically absent for reasons such as chemotherapy and physical therapy. It's also important to recognize that employees who are adopting a child or are in the process of obtaining a foster child must also have intermittent leave, and the employer should account for that time as well. The third challenge that employers face when complying with the FMLA pertains to supervisors. Supervisors need to know when employees are approved for FMLA leave, but they do not need to focus on the diagnosis, and they also don't need to determine what is a qualifying event. A supervisor should be well trained in the FMLA Act, its provisions, as well as your company's processes and procedures. Supervisors sometimes will be aware of a serious health condition or a qualifying event, such as pregnancy, as an example, but should not tell the employee that they are absolutely qualified for FMLA. What the supervisor should do is tell the employee they may qualify for FMLA and then refer that employee to the human resources area that handles FMLA compliance. So supervisors need to know when an employee is approved for FMLA, not get involved in the diagnosis or the qualifying event, because doing so not only presents a risk of violating FMLA, but also potentially can violate HIPAA regulations, which require that health and safety information be kept very private. Next time, we'll hear firsthand from a human resources director who has not only administered the FMLA, but also has benefited from the FMLA as a young mother.